We are just a few days away from the new patch in CN, and Bluepaw has finally revealed the detail of the upcoming Euphoria upgrades. Honestly speaking, they're quite different from what I expected. Let's start with Jessica. I initially thought Jessica might make a strong return to the poison team, maybe with a passive to trigger multiple poison detonations, or maybe a stronger poison application overall. But instead, she is staying true to her identity as a reality DPS that deals more damage against poisoned enemies. What's new though is that she can now petrify enemy with her attacks, and no longer break petrification despite dealing reality damage. Jessica's Euphoria introduced a new mechanic called Moss on Stone, which she gains stacks of at the beginning of the combat and at the end of her turns. She also gains stack when anyone in the team attack poisoned enemies. Once she has gained enough stack of it, Jessica will petrify enemy with her first attack of each turn. If the description is accurate, this means Jessica could potentially petrify all enemy with her ultimate or petrify 2 targets with her skill 2. Against enemy who doesn't have control resistance or tenacity, this could be absolutely insane. Hopefully, Bluepaw doesn't change it to only petrify the main target in the final release, cause that would be pretty disappointing. Back when Jessica was just released, her skill 1 stood out as one of the strongest damage dealing ability, scaling with the number of poison stack on the target. With Euphoria, the multiplier cap has been increased, and petrification now counts as multiple poison stack for the skill. This could be one of the biggest damage boosts to her directly, which she really needs to become viable in today's meta. Jessica also gains bonus incantation mod and guarantees a critical strike when hitting a petrified enemy. Since her builds didn't traditionally focus on crit, this also means she will now be able to actually benefit from critical damage a lot more. That said, I don't actually think Jessica will become the main petrification DPS. Instead, I think her future role might be centered around applying petrifying more consistently with her passive. And now that we have 2 Euphoria upgrades focused on petrification, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an actual petrified DPS very soon. Now let's move on to Tennant. Tennant's Euphoria mainly focused on ammo and also automatic incantation. Originally, Tennant would only gain diamond bullets at the start of the combat, but with her Euphoria, she will now also gain additional diamond bullets every other turn. This is going to give her a lot better coverage with her reality defense threat. When Tennant has more than a certain number of diamond bullets, she will also follow up allies' attack with her skill 1, and after consuming enough diamond bullets, Tennant will automatically use her skill 2, which grants the team a shield. Her ultimate also got a new effect where it gains bonus multiplier based on the total ammo the team has accumulated, which is very similar to Mr. Duncan's ultimate. While this sounds like a solid improvement, I'm personally not a big fan of Tennant's Euphoria. The main issue is that despite all this automatic cast and bonus ammo mechanic, her damage output likely will still remain low, and her shield is relatively weak as well. On top of that, her shield cannot stack, which limits the overall utility compared to that of Miss New Babel. At best, Tennant's Euphoria might position her as a budget option for an ammo-focused team in the future, alongside characters like Mr. Duncan and Lydia. But just like Cornbloom, I don't see her Euphoria being impactful enough to justify its use in most of the current team compositions. For the next part, I want to talk about Matilduck, Voyager, and Barcarola together, as they all fall under the new Revelation system. In patch 2.4, we will be getting a brand new character Barcarola, who will introduce a new mechanic called Revelation. From the looks of it, we can get stack of revelations from various passives, skills, and also when characters spend Eureka when there is revelation character in the team. Each turn, revelation stacks will be attached to cards in your hand randomly, and at the end of the turn, the total revelation on the incantation you used is calculated and transformed to a special attack called Improvisational Incantation, which deals mental damage based on the total stacks. Barcarola's kit revolves heavily around boosting the damage of Improvisational Incantation. Her skill 1 increases damage, while her skill 2 adds extra hit to the attack itself. This means a lot of her damage potential will likely come from this mechanic. However, Improvisational Incantation has a key issue. It targets enemy at random. This is where Voyager's Euphoria step in to provide a solution. One of the key changes is that her passive turns improvisational incantation into an AoE attack on odd turns, addressing some of the randomness by allowing it to hit multiple enemies. Or at least that's what it looks like when the description says it caused the attack to split. On top of that, Voyager's ultimate will now attach a special debuff to the target. This debuff makes improvisational incantation prioritize the marked target while also adding bonus Genesis damage. Together, her passive and ultimate significantly improve improvisational incantation's consistency and utility. Lastly, Voyager's Euphoria also applied Barcarola's skill 2 effect to basically both of her skills, adding extra hit to improvisational incantation when used. And with all this effect, Euphoria Voyager might become a core member of the Revelation team in the long term. Finally, let's look at Matilduck, who got a similar Revelation-focused Euphoria as Voyager, but with a slight different focus. While Voyager's Euphoria is centered on improving improvisational incantations targeting, Matilduck's focus is on boosting its critical rate and critical damage. Her skill provides bonus critical rate and critical damage to improvisational incantation based on the Revelation stacks, and her ultimate guarantees the improvisational incantation to critically strike in that turn. While Barcarola already provides some bonus crit rate and crit damage, the actual critical bonus Matilduck offers will likely still be somewhat valuable. Not to mention, Barcarola benefits for having as many Eureka characters on the team as possible. Barcarola's ultimate will apply a buff to a single ally, and every time she uses her ultimate again, the duration will be refreshed on all allies, so eventually she should be able to apply that effect to the entire team. With it active, her attack will now consume the Eureka of all characters affected by it, generating more Revelation stacks each turn and increasing the damage of the improvisational incantation. There is the chance for Flutterpage being better in that team than Matilduck, depending on how the improvisational incantation actually functions and if it's counted as a follow-up attack. Still, I'm going to be working on racing both Voyager and Matilduck to see how this team performs in 2.4. I have high hopes for the Revelation team, especially since the last gimmick-focused team, Poison, turned out to be incredibly strong. Overall, I'm really glad to see the game moving towards teams that focus on specific mechanic rather than just increasing raw damage number with each new release. It feels like a healthy direction for the game overall, and I hope this approach will continue. But what about you? What do you think about the upcoming Euphoria update and the Revelation mechanic? Are you excited about the potential of Revelation team, or do you think it might be a flop? Let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. And don't forget to join my Discord for random giveaways each month. As always, this has been Steam by Next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!